And good Monday morning as we start off a Monday. Let me see here if I can do something. Hang on just a second, and let me fix something. This doesn't look right. All right, there it went. Had a focusing issue there. But good Monday morning as we begin this, a very wet morning as you're starting out. Now, we are under a flash flood warning until 8 a.m. for Neshoba, Newton County, southern Kemper County, and northern Lauderdale County. Now, as we look at this, we've got another round of showers. Let me show you the counties here that we're looking at, the way this looks this morning. This is our watch box with the warned area here. As this moves into southeastern Lauderdale County out by Wyandotte and these areas here getting pounded, we have another system that moves in here from Neshoba County that will stroll through Kemper and Lauderdale counties before making its way through York, Alabama as well. Let's show you the big picture here of how this is playing out this morning as all of this moves to the east here. We've had showers that move through the Louisville area and heavy stuff right now. Now, there are power outages as you're waking up this morning. There's a lot of you in the West Lauderdale area. Well, not a lot, but there's about 30 people in West Lauderdale, and then there's 30 people in Newton County without power this morning. We're looking at approximately 62 people without power. Let's go over and take a look at what we've got, and let's update this to make sure nothing has changed since I was there 3 to 4 minutes ago. Still 62 without power, and as we look at this, the county breakdown, again, 34 in Lauderdale County and 28 in Newton County as we look at where the power outages are this morning. EMEPA is on the roll this morning to get these repaired, so they're working on this as quickly as they can. As we zoom in on this, let's take a closer look at where we are here, where this stuff is. This power outage is out by West Lauderdale High School. Where the road ends down by the White House there, just past West Lauderdale is where the hit is, and it's roughly, as we look at that, 34 people right there that's on that wire. I believe that's going to be, what's the name of that road? Bird Dorner Road, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right here, Bird Dorner Road is where that is. As we back out and we'll go over to Newton County, let's pull this up where everybody can take a look as we zoom in on this. This is going to be Chunky Duffy Road is where this is, and we have 28 people sitting there. So if you're trying to get dressed this morning, that's what you're going up against, and you're dealing with being in the dark. Hopefully that won't last long, that will go away. We certainly hope so. Let's double check here with Mississippi Power and see if there's any outages with it. 4 customers are out on Mississippi Power this morning as we look at this. And this is going to be right off North Hill Street is where it's showing here. Let me hit another button and go back where everybody can see what I'm seeing as we pull this up right here off North Hill Street. Their site works a little bit different. It works off a radar, and it is popping up all those different colors of the rain passing through is the way that is. That's a bigger view of Mississippi Powers. A little bit harder to read, but that's what you've got right there with Mississippi Power this morning. So as you're waking up, it is wet. Now let's go back to radar and just take a look now at what we've got in a closer zoom so you'll know where you are and what's coming. As we said, Lauderdale County, we'll start here, then we'll work our way back up here into Neshoba and Newton counties and look at all of this. Let's turn on some locations so you can see where you are in this picture. Now, all of this area here, the rain has just poured through here this morning. It's come across, it's going to be east of the Lauderdale County Agri Center. We'll go out to Rainbow Lakes. In between there and Tom Bailey Lake, some moderate showers. The further south you go toward Dollar General, out in this area right at Southeast High School, heavy showers all the way out here to Wyandotte Motor Sports Park. Look at the rain on that. And rain quickly approaching the Causeyville ball field. Some light showers there now, but the heavy stuff is going to be passing over that as it makes its way here into the edge of Alabama. Over at McElroy Trucking, some heavy showers there. York, Alabama. This is going to be Lake Louise in that area there. All the way over to about right. Let me turn this on where we can get over here. That's Standard, Alabama, all the way over to Dean's Landing. Heavy showers there as we go down. Lisbon not getting rain yet, but you'll get a little bit before it's all said and done. All right, let's move back up to the northwest corner of Lauderdale County as we see that more showers are coming. We've got heavy rain right here at the coal plant there on 493. A few showers south of Scuba on Highway 45, but really the big rain that we're looking at right here starts at Battlefield drag race right there as you go northward into Kemper County, all through here, Rio, Kemper County, House, Mississippi, right along here. Of course, it's going to be raining there at Talbert intersection there at House, where you go toward past Talbert and it runs into 491 down here, or west of there as you go toward Union. If you would follow that in, the heavier, now if you're going to be traveling this road in between House and Union, be extremely careful. We've seen wrecks happen on that road. It's 2-lane and it is flooding. Almost that rain to where if you drove a big old Cadillac, you wouldn't be able to see your hood emblem. So be careful in those areas as you go. Also, heavy showers all around Little Rock there. So we've got a lot of rain. We want you to be careful as you go about your business today. Traveling through there. As we go up into Neshoba County on the western side, all the way out here at Dixon, up to the Neshoba County Fairgrounds and south, it's just left there. And at Neshoba Baptist, y'all got a bunch, and as well there at Linwood Baptist Church. As we come across and we get into Leake County, just the southeast corner there, getting a little bit, and to Scott County as well. As you look here at Sebastopol, there around the post office, getting a lot of rain. A little bit of lightning, not a ton, but we have had some. As we look at that, these strikes that were in Newton County, that happened about 4 or 5 minutes ago, right around the post office there at Little Rock. So if you're in that area, don't be holding any metal. Not good for you. That's how we are this morning. That's what radar looks like. Now, as we turn this off and just look at the big picture of what we've got, now it's a 90% chance of rain today. Alabama, if you'll see all of this, this is what strolled through Lauderdale County earlier. Look at how widespread and heavy that is. It started a couple of hours ago. I've been watching this, and it's heavy. As we look at this all the way back to Texarkana, making its way across. And we put this in motion in the big picture, and I want you to see how that's moving to the east, kind of to the southeast there. We will most likely get a little bit more rain out of this before it's all said and done. So grab a big old umbrella. You're going to need it today. It's just wet, and more wet as you start your Monday here. And pretty much not going to change. What about heading to Tupelo is one of the questions I got. Lita Joe. After you move north out of here, let me show you the showers here. Pull this back up. If you're in the Meridian area, as you go up right through here, it's not going to be bad. After you get past Kemper County, this is when you break into Noxubee County at Sugarlock right through here, and you go up through Crawford. You'll get some light showers if you're headed to Tupelo, but it won't be bad. Some light showers there. Most of this is out here, and it's going to drift this way. So anything south of Meridian, Kemper County will get more of this, but you should be good headed to Tupelo this morning. So just drive careful, a little bit slower. You always see more wrecks during this rain when these roads are slick. And don't ever, I'm not trying to tell everybody how to drive. I'm just trying to tell everybody to get there safe. Running cruise control when it's raining is not smart. Don't do that. You'll lose control. Use both hands. You hit those water pockets. None of the roads in Mississippi are great. You know they hold water. And if you got one hand on the wheel, it'll take it away from you. And we just want you to get to where you're going safe is all I'm saying there. So on your travels today, be careful. Lots of umbrellas. All right, let's now go into severe weather, what we're expected for the remainder of the day, and let's take a look at this. Now, although we're getting these flash flood watches as we pull this up, this is the outlook for today, and it's just moderate rain, light, nothing severe listed. As we look at that, we do have the only warning in the state of Mississippi right here. We look at day 2 into this as we go to look at severe weather to make sure we're okay there. And let's go into Wednesday also to make sure there's not something else coming we're not aware of. Still light rain. So nothing horrible or severe that not as expected. Today is going to be the worst of it. You still got the heat waves out here. You've got a little bit of fog in here at Kansas in these areas this morning. And we're getting the from north of Dallas and Oklahoma, all of this coming through the Mississippi area. Hope I hadn't confused anybody, but that's a little bit more detailed look at what's happening this morning. All right, let's get into what the National Weather Service has to tell us today, what we've got going on. We pull this up, 1981, we set the record of 103 degrees. That's a long time ago. 81. Then we looked at 2009 being the coolest record-setting day we've had, 60 degrees back in '09. And that's hard to believe that's been oh boy. Can you believe that? 12 years ago? I'm telling you, time flies. As we look at our rain today, only a high of 83 today. We're cooler. As you get through Philadelphia, they'll get 82. Louisville as well. Columbus will get 83. As we go south, Hattiesburg, Laurel area, about 86. Over to Natchez, about 85. But if you'll notice, rain and more rain and rain. Vicksburg sitting at 84. As we step across the Bama state line, you'll see that Fayetteville will hit 69. We'll hit about 70 right here at York, Alabama, and through Livingston in these areas, and lighter rain as you get down toward Montgomery and Auburn in these areas there. Now, this is what has happened right here, and we're getting all of this right now. The severe flash flooding possible, and we've got the warning for these 4 counties right here. If you go around it from Philadelphia, Meridian, Kemper, and Newton counties is what we're watching here. So this will be into effect through early afternoon. Could we get another round of this? We absolutely could. So as it passes, don't think that it's all over. We could get another round later, and we'll watch it. Should it be bad, we'll go back live. As we look at this, nothing happening from the National Hurricane Center this morning, which is great news for our area. Nothing in the Gulf building. As we look at this, now this is the first time that we've seen that temperatures may be on the rise for the Deep South. We've been in this gray and blue area here since I don't know when. Every morning we've looked at it, and it's been cooler than normal. But we're starting to see this creeping up. Now, we're just right here in this 30% chance as it will start to rise. We'll watch it. As we look at the 7-day outlook, look at that. Yep, you guessed it, more rain. Now, is it a possibility as you look ahead toward the weekend there of maybe getting a break? Maybe that'll change. Hopefully, by Sunday, we're down to a 30% chance. As we dig in today, we could get up from 3/4 up to an inch. Now, as we got this flash flooding, it could likely go a lot more than that. As the National Weather Service says, with flash flooding, you can quickly get 2 to 3 inches of rain. But on average, without that, it would have been an inch. So these areas this morning have already gotten that, I would imagine, very quickly. As we said, 90% chance you better have that umbrella careful and close. 70% chance tonight, low around 70 is what we'll get. Most of that should end by 2 a.m. tonight. As we roll into tomorrow, you've got it. More of the same. Showers and thunderstorms after 8 a.m. So it'll rain up until about 2 a.m. We'll have a break. And then after 8 o'clock in the morning, once you're settling in, most likely getting to work, it'll start raining again, that high of 84. As we go to Wednesday, the temperature starts to ease up a little bit. 87 there on Wednesday with an 80% chance of showers. By Thursday, we're at 89. And by the weekend, let's go back, I'm jumping ahead, we're into the 90s and 92 looking at our forecast on Sunday. Yeah, so maybe it is going to be on the rise. Let's go ahead and jump into the rest of July and August as we look at this. 90, 90, 90, and then we get down here. There we go, 88, 87 as you get into the 2nd of August is what we're looking at. So all of that stands to change at this. That's far out is what I mean by that. It's very hard to forecast that far. That's just an outlook for 2 weeks. We know in a 3-day period it can change at the drop of the hat. So we watch this carefully. It's going to be a wet one as we start to get this power back on as these storms that blow through. Hopefully it won't last long. That'll be back on. They'll get this fixed for everybody in no time flat as we do that. Don't forget, if you're sitting in the dark and you don't like it, visit and talk to our friends today over at Sanders Gas to where they can help you out with one of these. You wouldn't be sitting in the dark right now should you have one of these. A Generac generator turns on automatically. You'll have power and your life will go on just like it did before. It's great. It's wonderful. Very affordable. They can come out to your home, test your house, let you know how much electricity it uses and tell you the size that you need, have it installed for you. Again, Generac generators, you can see all of this at Sanders Gas, 611 22nd Avenue. They're there on the right-hand side if you get off the interstate. You can't miss them, and they'll hook you up and get you taken care of. So as we begin this day, we'll have a show coming up at 8 a.m. Make sure to join us for that. Candace will join me. And you always wonder, Jeb Bush back in the, as you go to Fox News, this is the headline this morning. Jeb Bush is appealing to Biden to tear down the Cuba cyber wall. If Jeb Bush is in the news saying something, he's up to something. He always is. The weakest of all the Bushes there. But urging Joe to turn on internet, basically for Cuba is what he's telling him. There's always a motive for Joe or whoever to be speaking up if you hadn't heard from him in 4 or 5 years. As we hear more about what's coming out of Texas this morning, we'll dig into this also. Now it's up to 5 of the Democrats that jumped on the plane so they wouldn't have to vote on the Texas voter laws. 5 of them, as we look at that, now have COVID, and then the vice president was with them this week. So is she being quarantined? I don't know. We'll dig into that also, but that's what's going on with that. A few news stories there, and it's a bunch of things that's gone on over the weekend. We'll dig deeper into it this morning at 8 a.m. Join us. We'd love to have you as we dig into this. Let's take one last look with radar here before we get, I turn you loose and you get your day started. We're starting to see here as these showers come across Neshoba County up in here, right along in here. That's heavy rain. Newton County, all through here. As we look at this, let's turn these locations back on. All right, from the Dollar General there at Union all the way down to Decatur on Highway 15 again, that's another one of those 2-lane roads that you can barely see when you're driving this. If you're coming out of Union and you're going to be heading over to Conahatta as well, wet. Also, if you're going to cut over toward Sebastopol, straight across from Union, you've been down those roads. Y'all know that area just like I do. Any of this area here, mostly 2-lane. You've got 19 that has some 4 lanes here and there, but it's a lot of rain coming down. As we get to these areas here south of I-20, y'all will be getting some of this rain here in a little bit. West Lauderdale area, now heavy rain again out at West Lauderdale High School, approaching right there at the 4-lane, 4-way stop there in Collinsville. It'll be there any second now. So y'all be ready for this area right here out by the Piggly Wiggly where you come to that 4-way stop. And then north all the way up toward Philadelphia. It's going to be rough there after you get past House. So be careful in your travels. We can't urge it enough. Still heavy rains here from out at the Evangel Temple east back to Wynot, to the Alabama state line. We still got all of this rain this morning, so be careful. We'll be joining you very shortly from now. If you've got any questions, we'd love to hear from you there. And let's go down some comments. Joe Collins says, rain. Claudine Baskin, good morning. Donna Roseman is watching. Wayne Wiggins said it's been bad in Union. Still is. A lot of rain coming down there. Angela Dunnigan says, hope everybody has a great day. LaWanda, good morning to you. Miss Grantham. Terry Ray, backyard looks like a pond. I bet it does this morning. A lot of it's come through there. Bree Packer says heavy rain in Decatur this morning also. It is, and it's not over yet. You're going to be getting some more. Miss Sylvia Stewart joins us. Joy Robinson, good morning to you. Charlotte Gray, thank you for watching on this rainy day there. Robin Morris, along with Beverly White. Jackie Black joins us this morning. Also, Ruth Key, good morning. A wet morning it is. Tiffany Spence. Also, Charlene Gaddy, along with Charlene Wiggins. Dwayne Bounce, thank you for joining us. We talked about Lita Jo Horn headed up toward Tupelo. Arena Bonner said it's been, woke her up at 4:30 this morning, this weather. Yeah, it was hopping, wasn't it? Jonathan Ritchie joins us. Also, let's see here. Gail Gafford is with us. Eddie Seipel, morning. All the way up at the mill this morning. Hope everything's going there at Seipel's Mills. Buddy Beckham's joins us. Boat time. Stevens at the beat line area there. Nick Dowell joins us. Heavy rain coming in from the Alabama side as we look at that from that York all the way over there. Heavy showers there. Chet Parker, good morning. Turn the lights on while you're driving in the rain and leave for work a little bit earlier. The roads are flooded. And Chet's right there because if you don't, you'll end up at Chet's Paint and Body, and he'll be trying to fix your car up. Drive slower, but do keep those headlights on. A lot of the newer cars do it automatically, but there's still a ton of cars that don't turn on automatically. I've got 1 or 2 in my yard that don't do that, so make sure to turn those on. Roxy Williams, good morning. How are you? Miss Gail Gafford, along with Chris Walker, Sandy Cruz, along with Beth Vick. Let's see, Nikki Kelly, thank you for watching, and Andrew Jabs. Morning, folks. Just a little good morning to a few folks that are watching, as always. We'll be back in an hour and 10 minutes to go live to tell you all about what's happening in Meridian and across the nation. Join us, and I'm sure we'll have some more weather reports between now and then and as we begin the morning show. Thank you so much. We'll see you in just a little bit.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by